Well, the world, according to my mother, is divided into two major groups. There is those whose fault it is, and her. You have one like that. At any given moment, she'll be more than happy to tell you all about it, and especially about the one whose fault it always is, my father. Now, my father's world is a little more complicated than that. His main goal in life is to be left alone, to contemplate. He abhors any form of conflict, and so he spends most of his life pacifying and avoiding, especially my mother. It was 1991. I just had my first baby. My parents came all the way from Jerusalem to Davis, California, to help with a new baby. My baby girl was 3 days old, and my mother was helping. No? Are you coming to eat? I made the salad. Why aren't you? Are you nursing again? Och, nu bemet. What are you doing? She's not even crying. That's not crying. That's whimpering. Now, if you let her just whimper, you're not going to let her to develop her lungs. You are nursing every minute. You are spoiling the baby. By 2 p.m., I was ready to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge if I could only get there. And in order to save my child from the life of an orphan, I decided to send my parents to the mall. I figure it's about 30 minutes each way, about an hour in the mall. It's almost 2 hours of quiet. That's priceless. My mother refuses to drive in America. My father has not driven in a car in America for more than 20 years. He has never drove our 1985 manual drive Ford Tempo. He's terrified of driving. You see, my father is a university professor. He is extremely fast and absolutely brilliant in anything that has to do with thinking, lecturing, writing, contemplating. But all other walks of this life, in particular driving, fall into a very, how should I say it, hazy twilight zone of slow motion. In Israel, the police actually pay him to get off the road. Now, he's never been in our 1985 manual drive Ford Tempo. He hasn't been on an American freeway, as they're called, in more than 20 years. But for his daughter, for his beloved daughter, for his newborn first grandchild, my father was willing to risk his life and get on an American freeway. So they were out the door, and I was enjoying the first 10 minutes of quiet since the birth of my child, when the door burst open and my mother storms in. Where is he? Where's father? No, I'm asking you, where could he be? What do you mean? Didn't he go, oh, this man is driving me crazy. I'm telling you. I went downstairs, I opened the back door of the car to put my hat in the back, and oh, it was hot like a furnace in there. It was so hot. Who can sit in such heat? I said, turn on the air conditioner. And I slammed the door and I sat on the sidewalk in the shade to wait for the car to cool down. And he starts to drive off. I sat there for 10 minutes. He's not coming back. Where could he be? Wait a minute. What do you mean he drove off? Did he see you get out of the car? How should I know? But did you tell him? What is there to tell? I said, turn on the air conditioner. And I could just see it. I could just see it, the picture slowly zooming into focus. My father, his head barely visible above this wheel, his hands holding on both sides, the tension making the knuckles white. He won't even dare let go for a second, not even to push the glasses that are sliding off the sweaty nose. He is bracing himself to enter the American freeway hell. It was about an hour later that the door opened. My father walks in. Where are you? Where are you? I drove to the mall. I parked the car. I turned around and you're not there. You only discovered I was not in the back when you parked the car in the mall? Well, I noticed it was a little quiet in the back. But cookily, I was driving on the freeway. And my newborn looked up at me with big eyes. And I looked at her. And I knew that one day I'll be able to really laugh at this. But at that moment, what could I possibly say? I said, baby, love comes in many strange packages. Meet your grandparents. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the world.